Okay, so in the continuation of my Sentinel project, which is a famous scene that is based Microsoft based, and this one is run out of Azure, which is also hosting the SIEM services, and this one we just broadcasting a project that's taking place out of Azure cloud space, and this is a continuation, and we'll have this part of the video going into enrichment sections of alert, and simply process adding context to the alerts to make easier for analysts to investigate. So we'll be continuing and doing the handwork. So let's just quickly get to where we're going to. Okay, so we're back on Sentinel, and our Sentinel says that the events have grown since yesterday, because it has already two types of alert coming. I created process from yesterday, and I created event ID for login attempts. So we're gonna be testing that also. Let's check on our logs. So it's asking, giving us a screen for queries. I'm now restarting this, and queries history. I was searching for these two types of events, and then we have processes. Let's see the incidents and the types of open incidents, but no incidents so far. So let's see if our books are connected. Say workbooks. Let's see. So today we're connecting the MITRE ATT&CK also. Template that we are a. I'll check on our data connectors. Oh, we got 9, and then connected. Hopefully they're still connected. So Windows VM. This service right here, open connectors page. Okay, but it is actually registering. Last logs received was August 5th. Let's see, analytics. These are things that we're checking. These rules right here have custom content and collection to infusion. Now trying to edit that on rule templates. Has all this. All right, let's see if we got any activity, or maybe just review the activity from just. Okay, so simply we don't have that many events going on our machine, so we'll have to create some events. So the security event ID rules that we check for any logins, there's no logins that have been attempted. Let me check on the other type of queries that we can load. Yeah. Let's carry out other activity. More incidents, logs. Give that a chance. These are all logs. And see. And no results in the last 24 hours. There ain't been much activity in our machine, so there'll be any logs, there'll be any results. So we will create some going on. But for now, let's see where we at. So let's purposely create some logs, like failing attempts and stuff, to see how these things it's working. RDP, let's RDP remote remotely log in our machine. Remote login. Yes. All right, so we're in our remote instance right now. Outside regard, and let's see if there's any that's logged out of this and made some that was a successful access, and then disconnect. We'll go at it again. Find it. RDP. Remote desk. And let's wrongfully try connect. Connect. Oh, connect. Some failed attempts. Fail attempts. All right. So then you're gonna see a successful login attempt, and here we are. So we could create some things. Let's start moving. All right, so we have we're checking some activity that was done by the security log event. So this is quite a lot of things. This is what happens. We'll come here quickly. And these are the security events. Let me see, I'm looking for 4698. So run for 4698. Okay, so our task that we scheduled for Internet Explorer to run every 6 hours, and we left the machine running on the security event. It ran a couple of times, and as expected, this is the results, because it wasn't supposed to do much, but it was just a scheduled process. So it's right here you can see scheduled task ran time generated. It was let me see, the 8th, 9th, that's from today. 9:36, that's the time. 8:48. That's nothing today. Um, okay, so let's keep building up. Um, okay, so let's continue with the process. So now we're gonna link the MITRE attack to observe MITRE attack tactics used in this lab. So we're gonna use tactic TA003 as a persistence um, tactic. So which essentially allows malicious actor to maintain a foothold on the environment. So we can dig further into this by showing the technique using a scheduled task job. So this is persistence. So uh, and as the graphic shows, we'll be using a scheduled task. So even further, we can dig further into the specific sub techniques. Maybe into technique 1053.005, a scheduled task, job scheduled task. This is usually done either for masquerading and confusing defense evasion, and persistence. So detection acts observed monitoring logs of a specific window event ID was used to detect this activity. MITRE also has more recommendations for detection. So it has mitigations, as we already know. So MITRE ID M1019 will be user account management suggests that user account privilege should be limited only to authorized admins to create scheduled tasks on remote systems. So this will be able to stop the creation of a process for this is just basic security. So that's like the main recommendation for that. So it'll be M1018 limit privileges for accounts. So let's just go into a breve explanation of what I just said. We'll go to MITRE attack and do it. All right, so quickly, let's take a look in the generated events. This is everything that ran. This is what's coming out on this. Well, let's check it again. Process ID. We go into this event. This alert was generated on such time. Okay, so let's edit this query a little bit so it can work more on our data, the data we trying to extract. We'll make this one work better. So we'll do some editing. Okay, so this is our newly created query, which has a different search for data, and we got this process IDs created. Um, but now we're gonna stretch this out a little, and let's go for it and find some logic. Let's go into the alert and logic session. Um, so the alert enrichment session is below this. Enriching an alert simply is a process of adding context to the alert to make it easier for an analyst to investigate. So as opposed to having to query this data as we did in the analytic rule alert enrichment, allow us to put necessary data into alert details as so the analyst can begin investigate those specific components. So let's use the following setting for entity mapping. So alert enrichment, let's find alert enrichment. Okay, so we are in the analytics rule wizard to create a new rule and schedule it. And we will do enrichment. So here, medium, and let's go for it. All right, so right here we set making a rule with the analytic wizard, and we create a schedule rule. As you see, it can run effectively. So these are the parameters. Alert enhancement. So I'm looking for the username of that adversary. Everything that's over here, and you can add more right here. So the custom details are over here. So we're going to, let's see, keys, account, with the ASO research. We got just give the user alerts, details for enhancement, and we're gonna look at the time, hours, minutes, set up to minutes. Query. This is pretty much what we did. Don't query every 5 minutes. Let's review. Yeah, this is what I'm looking for. We're gonna automatically, and let's go in and then go for automatic response. Let's try automating the response. Okay, and it's creating this class, and here we'll save it. Now we have 3 rules, and let's go create another process. Let's attempt to log in into our environment, which we are already set, and let's go to task, schedule it, and make another rule quickly. Action. Let's say File, actions, create a task, name will be ex that task, um description, schedule, run when user is logged on, run either when user is logged on or not. Change user or group, run with highest privilege, and this one goes for Windows 10. Triggers, when you create a trigger, there are specific conditions that will trigger the task. New condition, so it'll be synchronized time with time zone. Set daily, record log on or startup on an event, disconnect from user session, workstation. We got a lot of we'll do on the schedule. So right here, and this is our time. No delaying, no task repeat every hour. That sounds good to me. Actions. We'll do a new actions on program. Start program. We have send the email. It's all automation. And then we browse a program. Let's see if we can go into this PC. With access. Let's start. No. We do this Internet Explorer, and then that's the action that we're choosing. Save it on schedule, and let's have our password. And it's on. Refresh. All right, so that's all we needed. Let me see the task we have. File, options, actions will display our running task. And these are our tasks right there. Every day, trigger every day, every hour. So this one is consistent. See, and we have to trigger 1 hour. Yeah. So let's see what we made like that. So let's see if we could trigger this. Run resource, running.
We provide summary total. It hasn't run yet. Schedule scan. These are all, but let's get back to continue. Let's look for our logs. And let's see if our candidate query run something and check on any alerts. So 8:11. This one look new because the time is not synchronized, but this is the 11. Let's try our basic query, which brought us more results. Let's cut this one down a little. Let's see what this query was. Like around, and you can tell there'll be a lot more details on this just basic rule. And right here, you see it has which data schedule task activity was created, security event. All right, so let's follow triaging this. Using the MITRE attack, you can observe the technique and tactic. TA003 is a persistent technique when you do a process. So which essentially allows a malicious actor to maintain a foothold in an environment. So we can dig further this by showing the technique using scheduled tasks. So let's see, there's a MITRE preview over here. And let's go into that. Without first, I want to take on screenshot. And let's look at MITRE. Select option, search by technique, and let's say a scheduled task. Let's see. Active query. Let's see if we got any incidents quickly. No incidents were found. Let's go back into Sentinel. So what I'm going to do right here, I'm going to show the mitigation of the task job that we're talking about. because I haven't had got any alerts on the schedule. Over here, let's say task. Okay, so schedule task. There are 0, but we can trigger. So right here, if we have anything showing a MITRE, it'll be let's see the full description of it, a scheduled task job. Let's go back. So over here, if there's anything close to this, will be showing right here for mitigation on T53. It'll give you a viewing option for the incidents, and we just go into what it is. So schedule task, it'll be this one right here. So let's go into that screenshot. So right there, you can go into the mitigations of what you can use to do this. So right here, how you can do avoid persistence will be right here, M1018 and 1018. Quickly, let's go read the description of this rule. Hold on. M5305. Let's get schedule task. Okay, so if you come over here, the execution, persistent, privilege escalation, all of that. Then when you go over here, there's a lot more going on with whoever used these techniques and tasks and tactics. But then you get mitigations, which depending on your use or what you've gone through. In this case, user account management. So they said limit privileges of users accounts that remediate privilege escalation vectors. So you only authorize administrator that can create a scheduled task on the remote system. In my case, I was the one who did it, so it wasn't that bad. It wasn't malicious. But with that being said, this is the explanation of how to triage and further take action on rules created with the MITRE attack, which pretty much is giving us the guidance to triage any user account management activity on this. So this been the end of what I wanted to explain with jobs and scheduling rules to protect our machines. So I think I came back to after I reviewed the logs, I got the alert I created that I was looking for. So let's go into incidents and maybe do it officially. Okay, so look, we have a new incident and it actually worked and it's a scheduled task. So let's click on it, right? This is the process that I was planning, but I will go over and walk you through. So after this, the way we're gonna try out this alert and the way Sentinel works, we'll go view full details. All right, so this is the task I had just scheduled. It was detected by Microsoft Sentinel, and it has a process. Let me see incident and actions. Okay, so the new incident experience is now available. Welcome to the incident page. Thank you. Activity logs. And let's see what the recommendations will be on this. There's some new features. So over here, we got our alert, and our next step will be investigating it and find a mitigation on this. So owner, assign, last schedule. Meeting schedule task. This is what happened. Process black, front loading, related alert 0. Let's see if we got more. All right. Let's click off on this, and so based on this, if we would not have a rule in place and this would appear on our Sentinel, this is what you do. Incident action, you can actually create an automation rule. Just click and you can go, it automatically does the content, and you just hit apply. So this was a medium-sized incident, and let's investigate again. And I want to get deeper into this. So let's go into incidents. New incidents. Also, I can change the severity on it. Let's say MITRE ATT&CK preview. Valid accounts. Task. A schedule task. It didn't give me anything. Let's see analytics. Active rules. Okay, let's see if we got any hits in this and task. Active rules. Okay, so right here we have this incident, and it's giving us a chance to edit it or anything. So it's looking at the scheduled task that happened. Okay, so that was the demonstration I wanted to go into it. So the whole purpose was I got 2 alerts and medium level. They show up right here. Is an internal explorer task and a schedule task, and they both trigger rules. So we got them on. So we were able to just search at the MITRE techniques and attacks, and we were able to find mitigations. Depends on the recommendation will be depends on what you use. But from here, you have to find what's close to, in my case, user account management was the one thing that actually made the most sense for what happens to you, want to avoid people, other users from getting into your environment and being able to establish persistence by scheduling a number of tasks in your environment. So this being the end for this part of the project, I gave quite a few demonstrations to see how this work, and this project's been more intended to being able to connect logs from different areas. And this part, what I did, I used a machine that I created in previous videos, window machines, which is this machine right here, and we create processes and we exploited it, and then we show failed logins and protections. So this has been part of the project, and thank you for tuning in, and let's not make it too long.